Afternoon, Biff here. Very quick video for anyone out there that likes picking litter up but can't get to what they want to get to. These are amazing litter pickers, by the way, aren't they? But anyway, this is just something that I've done that seems to work for me. Enables me to get stuff out of the reeds and things like that. I get 3 meters of 22mm speed fit tube. B&Q, for example, do this sort of stuff. A 3 meter length of it, 22mm is the thickness. It's about £9 10p or something like that. I think you might get it cheaper. I'm sure I didn't pay that much, but I've just looked it up online. Anyway, I'm waffling. String. I got a bit of string that I got from a kite, I think. Some sort of clip, a quick release thing. I can't find it, I've lost it. But like a carabiner clip, one of them little sprung ones. Some sort of nut and bolt. So something like that is absolutely great for speed out in the field. If you want to extend it even more than the 3 meters, plus the length of your litter picker, then you can put some dowel inside it. And in fact, that does make the tube a little bit thicker. So a bit of dowel, I think is about 18mm thickness, and 2.5 meters of that is about £5. So for 14 quid, assuming you got these odd little bits and bobs, you can make something that will reach realistically, practically on the riverbank, about 10, 11, 12 foot or something like that maybe. Okie dokie. Tools you'll need: a saw, a little electronic Dremel thing really works a treat. But if not, you can use a standard saw. You need a drill, obviously the drill bit as well, some scissors and maybe a bit of sandpaper to smooth things up. So here goes. Step 2. Measure 19 centimeters down from the end, put a little dot there. Okie dokie. Then with presumably some sort of straight edge, better than this, do a little line through there. And of course what you want to do is make sure that you get on the other side as well. You'll obviously take a lot more care than I'm doing. But there we go. Imagine that is straight the way through the centre of the profile of the tube. Okay. And what you want to do is cut along that with your saw all the way along. And oh, this is one that I've already done previously. No, I haven't. Oh. Okay, so we've done our cut. Now step 3, mark 2 dots about 8mm in from the end and 8mm up from the sawn cut. Now I haven't sawn this yet, but you see what I mean? I've put 2 little dots. So imagine that blue line is the cut, goes all the way through to the other side, and then I've done 2 little dots. Now I used a 5mm drill bit because that was the size of the bolt that we're going to stick in a minute. So there we go, drill through the plastic. There we go, and it's going to look something like that on the end. Right, step 4, here we go. What we're going to do is make a little slot about 1 inch long, a couple of centimetres long, in line with this cut that you did with the 2 little holes here, about 47 centimetres long. You can do it with a Dremel or drill bit, make a few sort of drill holes through there, enlarge is that a word? Make it bigger and sort of sandpaper it down. Now, here's the one that I made earlier, and I've been using this for some weeks, so it's looking a bit tatty now. But can you see that is the slot? So it looks like that. Okay, there's my little holes, about 8mm in from the end, and that is the little slot. Okay, so that there is effectively what I've tried to draw there. So that was step 4. Now on to step 5. Right, step 5. What you're going to do is jam your litter picker into the slot. So that's your slot. As I say, I've been using this for weeks, so it's expanded out a little bit. But what I'm going to do is jam the litter picker handle in there really tight, as far as it will go. And then what I'm going to do is, where we drilled that hole in previous step 3 or whatever, I'm going to make sure the litter picker is pushed up tight against the top of the plastic sleeve. I'm going to mark with a pen through that hole, and then get me drill all the way through the metal of the litter picker on each side. So as you can see, I've got a hole there and a hole the other side, so the bolt effectively can now go through there. But I've been very careful to miss the string in the top of the litter picker, the string that runs from the trigger all the way through it. So I've made sure my hole is at the bottom edge of that. Okay. Then what we're going to do is drill a hole in the end of the trigger. So as you can see, there's the trigger, and I've drilled a little hole there. Okay, so that's step 5. I think that's all the drilling done. Now it's all threading it. Right, step 6, what I've done is I've made a string loop through the trigger, just like that. In fact, what I'm going to do, because this string doesn't knot very well, just very quickly, just give it a couple of really quick flashes with a lighter, and it just melts the nylon knot in place without weakening the string. Okay, so as you can see, that now pulls the trigger. Okay, so that's pretty easy. Then what I've done is I've threaded all the way through to the handle end where I'm going to be standing, sort of several meters away, a bit of string. I tied a knot on the end and just let gravity drop through it. It's a little bit fiddly, managed to get it through the hole, tied the carabiner clip on the end, and burnt the little knot in place. And then that just means out in the field, what I can do is just very easily clip that in place. So you get the idea. You're now standing at the far end and pulling the trigger. Okay, so you're standing at the full end, whoops, and using the litter picker as you normally would. That's it, basically. Now, obviously, you're then out in the field, you've done some sort of distant grabbing, and you want to unclip it all, and then basically all you do that, don't drop that, of course, and then pull your screw out. There we go. Undo your little carabiner clip. There you are, you're back to using your little litter picker, and it's just as quick to connect it all up again. Well, you know, just as quick to put it all back together again. That's it. So in conclusion, what have you got? For a tenner, you have got a picker that's now about sort of 3 meters, well, it is 3 meters longer. It is a bit unwieldy to use. The weight of the picker on the end at full length does bend the tube a bit, okay, which is a little bit fiddly. So what I've done is I've put an 18mm thickness dowel of 2.5 meters in length for a fiver, goes down the middle of the pole. That gives it some extra strength, adds a bit to the weight, it's not too bad, but gives a bit of strength, but also you can then use that as an extended handle coming out the end, so you can get to about 13, 14 foot, maybe 15 foot in length here for sort of 15 quid. Can be a bit fiddly to get used to, but it does work for me because I've got no other option to safely get stuff out of drainage ditches alongside the river on my little stretch. I think that's about it. I tie the end of the string at the working end to the end of the wooden dowel so I don't ever lose the string, and that's about it. Version 3 is going to be even better. It's going to be brilliant. But there you go. But that works for me. Toodaloo, bye. That's me waving. Oh.